For those of you who don't know me, I'm Norman and very proud father of the bride. My first duty is to welcome everyone to this happy occasion, especially those who've travelled so far to get here. And with people from Malta, Essex, Wittering, Sheffield, Leeds, Bradford, Warrington, Myton-on-Swale, Consett and Coldstream, and various others. Having you here will make it a really special day for the bride and groom. We decided to change the running order and have the speeches before the meal so everyone can sit back and relax and enjoy the evening afterwards. I'm sure you'll all agree that this is a very special place to get married. The largest treehouse in the world, dressed up for Christmas. It's truly magical. My second duty is to congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Fletcher on their commitment to each other today. This is a happy day for all of us, and the old saying is exactly right. And I know I'm speaking for both Sheila and I when I say, we haven't lost a daughter, we've gained a son. And Sean, it's a pleasure to welcome you and your family. What we find gratifying is that Sean's parents feel the same about Erin, and they've taken her to their hearts, and I believe that she's a real favourite with both Eleanor and Rob and Kevin Sue. As much as you try not to interfere in your child's lives, you always hope, once they have grown, that they make the right choices and that things go well for them. So we're delighted that Erin chose someone we liked so much to be her father. A few words about Erin, and I have to say she looks absolutely stunning today. Yes. Over the years, it's really been a pleasure watching Erin grow up, and Sheila and I have been really proud of her achievements. We knew from the start that Erin would be special, and she is. Arriving into our lives as our first child at just £3 and spending her first 4.5 weeks in an incubator and special care catching up. But very soon after, charming everyone who came in touch with her. And that is still true today. She's warm-hearted, caring, passionately family-orientated, and very single-minded in detailing what she wants from life. And she considers her family and close friends as being her most important priorities, with Sean now at the top of her list. From a very early age, Erin made a plan. Become a teacher, always the bossy daughter. Get to university, the nightlife and Independence Day. Find her Prince Charming, done that today. And have a family. Well, a few ticks and a few gold stars so far. Well then, Mrs. Fletcher, it's been fun helping and watching the progress so far. Keep on with the plan, but we can't help with the next piece of your jigsaw. But we are looking forward to seeing our family grow still further, and our babysitting is well practiced and our rates are cheap. A few words about Sean. My first recollection of Sean was as a concerned dad being used as dad's taxis, as you do, for Erin's first proper date with Sean. I dropped her off in Alnwick and collected her sometime later from the memorial just round the corner from here. And there was Sean. Scruffy Parker, hood up, long hair, and clearly keen not to come and say hello to me. But cool dude he was, I think. It wasn't until sometime after that I actually met Sean, and I have to say my attitude changed. And he was much better for knowing, and he soon earned the parental seal of approval through his caring deeds and attitude towards us and Erin. Although they've not claimed any responsibility for the romance, both Eleanor and Sheila conspired with a dastardly plan to see them as an item on the bus path at school, as they both worked there. And I'm sure that a nudge here and there was the order of the day. Advice. When I considered what I should say in my speech today as father of the bride, mostly I thought of advice for the future and small Alec comments. But considering that they have been together for 5.5 years, I thought that a long service award was more in order. So I thought a peek into their lives and how they've gone about their future would be more appropriate. Since Erin and Sean have been together as a couple, they've shared their responsibilities for daily living. Sean does the cooking, and Erin is in charge of the dishwasher. Tea on the table when she gets home. Nice one, Erin. Erin does the cleaning, and Sean looks after the FIFA manager. Good call, Sean, because Erin is well known as Mrs. Tidy Compulsive Disorder within the family. Sean looks after the money, and Erin, of course, spends it. Good call, Sean. Erin does the decorating, which Sean believes is a good spectator sport, and the DIY is mostly contracted out to the outlaws. Erin has been known to paint the bath panel 3 times in 3 weeks. It didn't look like the first 2 times. And it all works for them. And then, if anyone gets the chance to sample Sean's cooking firsthand, don't pass it up. I highly recommend it. We have to say that Sean, with his accountancy background, never does things by halves, always considering the pros and cons. Even today, with every penny accounted for, not easy with a joint account with Erin. Sean has 2 best men here today, but Sean, you really are better off with only 1 wife. Well, I'm supposed to offer some advice to you both, and seeing that next year Sheila and I will have reached 40 years married, and yes, you only get 20 for murder, well, I think we're a good example. My last piece of advice to you both is always to be proactive in your relationship. Put your partner first, as often as you can anyway. Unless that is Man U are losing to Newcastle, or the cats have peed on the bed again, in which case, give each other some space. Ladies and gentlemen, I've kept you long enough. Thank you for listening. My last duty is to propose a toast to the happy couple. So can you please stand and raise your glasses and join me in a toast to the happy couple. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Erin and Sean. Erin Sean. Hey.